Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on your time zone, and welcome to Moral Compass 101. It's my humble prayer that the Lord has been with you throughout the week. He has been good to me, and in the words of the psalmist, chapter 31 and verses 4, the Lord has kept me from the snare that has been set before me, because He is my refuge. Glory be to His name. In our last topic, we finished the broad subject of social capital with our last topic, which was 3 dimensions of social capital, namely structural, cognitive, and relational. Having said that, please implore you to subscribe to Moral Compass 101 so that we can get edified together. Please comment for interactive, objective, and like and share to spread knowledge correctively. Today, our topic is in reference to a dreadful experience that happened a fortnight ago in Dallas, Texas. These horrific incidents compelled me to address the deplorable matter of moral turpitude that's inherently base, vile, and totally contrary to legal and social concepts. To help you understand where I'm coming from, kindly allow me to allude this dreadful experience that befell a middle-aged mother of 2. And here it is. On Tuesday, the 7th day of October 2025, 2 ladies who didn't know each other from Adam and Eve closed pads on a doorway of a Five Below store in Dallas, Texas. One lady, a Merino, or a Gen Y if you want to, of 41 years old and a mother of 2, and the other lady, a Gen C of 22 years of age. The 41-year-old lady held the door for the 21-year-old to go in to the store, an act of kindness that was the beginning of a fumble and a physical altercation. To her knowledge, she expected the 22-year-old to say thank you as an act of appreciation towards her kindness. Unfortunately, a word of thank you was never said. In a total disregard of her unappreciative behavior, I can confidently say that this 22-year-old lady, out of her selfishness, she only perceived the instance of the 41-year-old lady as a provocative that was justifiable through shooting. Rather than a word of thank you because of her act of kindness, a trigger was pulled where her life was ended and the shooter's life derailed. This horrific narrative is what will bring us to our topic of the day. And the topic is the negligence of enchantment words. The negligence of enchantment words. Among the myriad ways of moral preservation is your quotidian personal obligation of using enchantment words that, if anything, on daily basis, you should adopt the QPO, or the quotidian personal obligation of using enchantment words. But what are these words, and why must I commit myself to using them on daily basis? These enchantment words are please, excuse me, sorry, and thank you. Please, excuse me, sorry, and thank you. In order to encrypt them on your fingertips, lest you forget their importance, I came up with an acronym PEST, which translates to please, excuse me, sorry, and thank you. A while back, I did this a while back when writing my first book, and I explained why we should teach the young generation from their formative years the importance of these enchantment words. So let's start with the word please. Please is a humble request. Just like that. It's just a humble request. The word excuse me is a polite request for attention or interruption. That's the difference between please and excuse me. One is just a humble request. The other one is a polite request when you want to interrupt or to seek attention. Nonetheless, in the context of getting someone's attention before your polite request, the words excuse me and please can be used in the same sentence. For instance, excuse me, can you please come here? Let's go to the third word, the word sorry. The word sorry is an expression of a sincere apology. An expression of a sincere apology. There is a disclaimer here. It's worth noting that the words I apologize do not hold any substantive, heartfelt sincerity, and hence must never be used as an apology. Times without number, I've come across so many people, instead of saying, I am sorry, that word holds a substantive weight of sincerity towards your wrongdoing. Vis-a-vis, I apologize. It's so general. It's so empty. So, the sincere way of apologizing is saying, I am sorry, not I apologize. Let's go to the third word. Thank you. Thank you is an expression of a heartfelt appreciation or gratitude. And this is the word that costed the life of a 41-year-old lady, as per my narrative, which happened in real life down in Dallas, Texas. When somebody extends an act of kindness out of their volitional personal moral obligation, or as a response to your humble request, it's always incumbent on you to say thank you. That if somebody does something out of their volition or in response to your request, you are obliged to tell them thank you. So, contrary to the young generation biased mindset of modernity, these words will never ever become obsolete or antiquated despite the lapse of time or the rapid advancement in technology. Your quotidian application and use of these enchantment words is an ethical depiction of moral rectitude. This is a representation. The use of your daily use of these words represents moral uprightness. These 4 enchantment words are the verbal currency of empathy, compassion, kindness, courtesy, and immeasurable depiction of congeniality. So they are the fumble currency, that we trade with on daily basis when it comes to social interactions. Humility, compassion, and depiction of congeniality. The depiction of congeniality is the essence of creating conducive ambience of sociability. Unfortunately, we have a generation that's full of an entitlement mindset that's instigated by weakening social structures, like the erosion of strong family and community bonds, where raised to zero time of moral guidance and mentorship is never spared, and hence a colossal occurrence of unethical behavior and a moral reprobate mindset of selfishness. We are living in days where everybody is going about their business. Parenting has become a burden to so many parents. There is no mentorship, and this is a deeply corrupt and unprincipled state of mind that continues to define a complete disregard of others in favor of self or personal gratification. This biased occurrence instigates an extreme hardened state of moral depravity, that's only driven by self-interest, and hence a total rejection of basic ethical principles and social obligations, like the use of enchantment words, to a pathological level with minimal to zero regard whatsoever for how your actions or lack of them altogether causes harm to the other people. That now, from just being a normal social occurrence where we no longer say thank you, please, excuse me, it has gone to another level, a pathological level, where your mindset and moral laxity has contrived a culture of permissiveness without any hope in the foreseeable future. The permissiveness is the behavior, of immense or excess freedom without any responsibility. And remember, sometimes back we say there is nothing as having freedom or self-determination without self-control, without sacrifice, without responsibility, because that's what has caused all this misfortune in the society. If we do not adhere to the responsibility of moral guidance, especially among the young generation, we are looking to a total display of morality in the foreseeable future. This is why the 22-year-old lady had the audacity to pull a trigger that ended someone's life in a total disregard that, apart from her lack of appreciation for someone holding the door, this lady was in the company of her daughter, who will have to live with the physical emptiness and the psychological trauma the rest of her life, having witnessed the shooting of her mother. That's how selfish the world is. People have become. That she only thought about her self-gratification in a total disregard that this lady was in a company of a young girl. in crossing the moral lesson from this dreadful experience that befell this 41-year-old lady in the presence of her daughter is: 1. The world is not deficient of ungrateful people who are full of themselves, and hence cynicism is not bias but a defense mechanism to prevent a heartbreak. That if you observe people in the eye or through the lens of self-gratification, selfishness, that act of cynicism will preserve your heartbreak or something more serious than the shooting that happened to this 41-year-old lady. The second moral lesson is, while it's your moral obligation to extend an act of kindness to others, it must be a volitional morality binding heartfelt duty without any expectations in return, lest you subject yourself to a psychological burden because of selfish individuals. See, you should not expect anything. Nowadays, when you do something, an act of kindness in return, because that might be the beginning of a psychological burden, while you are holding a burden against somebody who don't care, who have the audacity to pull a gun and shoot you. In the very words of the 1911 Literature Nobel Prize winner Maurice Mitterrand, there may be human joy in doing good with definite purpose, but them who do good expecting nothing in return know the joy that's defined. That there may be human joy in doing good with definite purpose, but them who do good expecting nothing in return know the joy that's defined. This is how we put it in Swahili: tenda mema, nenda zako. This translates to do good and go your way. Until next time, please stay safe and adopt the use of the 4 enchantment words: please, excuse me, sorry, and thank you. Blessings and shalom.